Hello and welcome, this is Noah with Nomad Gaming, and thank you for joining us for another video about the Marvel Champions LCG. Marvel Champions is a living card game produced and distributed by Fantasy Flight Games, and today we are bringing you some exciting news from this week's reveals and spoilers on the Quicksilver expansion pack. If you are looking for a place to stay up to date with your Marvel Champions content, news, strategy, deck building, and of course gameplay, hit that subscribe button and support the channel for free. Let's jump into it and take a look at what we know and what is coming down the pipeline. We found out at the Gen Con stream that Quicksilver was going to be one of the next 4 Hero Pack expansions released for the game, and with the updated release calendar after the pandemic shipping delays, I believe we found out when that is going to be released. So let's take a look at what we know for sure. The game has revealed that we're going to be playing with a protection-based deck in our Hero Pack. Of course, Hero Packs come with a pre-built deck that is playable out of the box, as well as several extra hero player cards to put into your other decks and to customize your deck building experience. So this deck is going to come with a protection-based deck. There are some really cool cards that have been spoiled for this that we'll get to in just a few minutes. And it looks like we did confirm that it should be released in December of 2020. So very good news there. By the end of the year, we will have this hero in our hands. What that should mean is that we have, I believe, a September release for Kang, an October release for Ant-Man, a November release for Wasp, and then the December release is Quicksilver, which is very, very exciting. He'll, of course, get his partner hero in January with Scarlet Witch, but we will talk more about that when we have more news on it. Let's take a look at the hero card that was spoiled at Gen Con. We've got Pietro Maximoff. He is a civilian, and he has the superpowered siblings ability, which says action, discard 2 cards from your hand and draw 2 cards. And then you can draw 3 instead if Wanda Maximoff is in play. Very cool teamwork synergy there. 3 recovers, 6 hand size, 9 hit points. Flip over to hero form, we get Quicksilver, who is an Avenger. He has a base stat line of 1 thwart, 1 attack, and 1 defense. And he has also the super speed ability, which says response after you use one of Quicksilver's basic powers, thwart, attack, or defense. Ready him, limit once per phase. So this is super cool. You can do this during your hero phase and then again during the villain phase, which means that you are probably going to always defend with this hero because you get a free ready off of that defense. And also means that things that exhaust your hero are going to be incredibly devastating for you because you won't get this extra ready if you were exhausted at the start of your turn. So we want to try to avoid that. That single defense and then ready, and then you could get an attack and a thwart, or 2 thwarts or 2 attacks in. Things that are going to boost our stats are going to be really cool to play with this. A lot of awesome synergies and a lot of strategy here that we're going to see really reinforced by his signature pool and his player cards. He does drop down to a 5 hand size on hero form, but I think that is perfectly fair and reasonable given the benefits that we get from his abilities. And so let's go ahead and take a look at some of those signature cards that are going to help us out in taking advantage of this super speed ability. First off, revealed earlier this year was Always Be Running. It's a 1-cost event, which is a superpower. It has hero action ready Quicksilver. So this gives you an option to get extra readying out of him. Things that do ready him are going to take advantage of his stat line and really play well with what he wants to be doing. In this week, we've had the live stream from FFG and an article posted to the FFG website that revealed more cards. So let's take a look at some of the things that we've seen that are also going to play well with the super speed of Quicksilver. First off here, we have Maximum Velocity, which is a 2-cost event superpower, max 1 per phase, and it gives 2 thwart, 2 attack, and 2 defense until the end of the round to your hero. So if you can play this on your turn, you get to have 3 on all your stats, basically, and then you can use those extra times with your readying ability through super speeds. That's fantastic. Very exciting for this. It is an event, so you'll be able to maybe get this multiple times in a game as you cycle through your deck. We also got revealed several things this week, both between the FFG live stream and the article, that there are going to be 3 new static upgrades to stats that are included in the signature pool for this hero. And you see here on the screen, they're all 2-cost upgrades. First, we have Reinforced Sinew, which is a +1 to attack. We also have Accelerated Reflex, which gives +1 to defense. And then we have Hyper Perception, which gives +1 to thwart. So these three, if you get all these on the table, you've got a 2/2/2 stat line. You're able to use that repeatedly in the game. Very cool tech here. Really fun option. These do pair with the static abilities that are already included in the player card pool. You've got one in for each of the basic stats as well that provides a boost to your stats. So these are awesome and really a great way to take advantage of that super speed ability. Let's take a look at another interesting card that was spoiled from the live stream, and that was Serval Industries. It's a 1-cost support. It is a location X Factor, and it says Alter Ego action, exhaust Serval Industries, shuffle 2 Quicksilver cards from your discard pile into your deck. This is really cool. You're going to be able to reuse some of your cards, maybe reuse your boosts, maybe get an advantage with other things that you've figured out that work really well with the super speed of Quicksilver. This also pairs well with the Alter Ego ability that we have on Pietro here. You're able to put cards back into your deck with your Alter Ego ability and then use this as an Alter Ego action. Use this first to shuffle cards back into your deck, and then use Pietro's ability to discard a couple of cards and then draw cards, possibly drawing the cards that you just put back into your deck. So very cool, very fun. A lot of strategy here with how you play this out early in the game, late in the game, what it does, and how is going to be an interesting way to manage your player resources and to have some success in the game. So very cool there. We also got, in terms of hero cards, we did get to see in the card fan a couple of things, but kudos to the FFG graphic designers. They've done a great job of making sure that we can't make out these 2 new cards here. You see on the top left and top right, we have an X cost event, which is, I think, awesome and very exciting. That's a Speed Cyclone. It's got a hero action, and it does something. We'll see. And I mean, if it's spoiled somewhere else, somebody tell me. I'm excited to hear what that does. And then we've got Double Time, which is a 2-cost event. And it says of the same Mai and Scheme. And so I think the Mai is actually the end of the word enemy. I think that there is a possibility that you can do multiple actions with this. That seems to fit well with Quicksilver. Looks like it probably does something with thwart since it's got the word scheme in there, but I don't know. We'll see. Very exciting. A lot of fun to see what this is. And that brings us over to our aspect cards. So, as we said earlier, we've got a definitive protection deck here. Warlock right in the middle was spoiled during the FFG Gen Con stream. This ally is just cool. I mean, he's got built-in healing, spend a mental resource, heal up to 2 damage from him, which means that you can keep him on the table and keep using him. 3-cost ally with 1 thwart, 1 attack, and 1 consequential with 3 health. He is X Factor. We've got the X Factor sub-theme going here with Multiple Man on the left, Jamie Madrox, which is exciting because if you note, he is missing the unique icon, which means that you can carry up to 3 of these into battle with you. And that means that you have a 4-cost ally with 1 thwart, 1 attack. He has 1 consequential damage for each action and 2 health. But he has this cool response. This is after Multiple Man enters play, search your deck and hand for a copy of Multiple Man, put it into play, shuffle your deck if it was searched this way. This is just cool. So for 4 cost, you're actually getting 2 bodies with 2 health, and you get 1 thwart, 1 attack on each of them. So you're getting 2 thwart, 2 attack, and 4 health on the table for 4 cost. This is great. If you lose one, you can play the 3rd copy later, get this back out of your deck maybe. A lot of different ways to take advantage of this. Really exciting and cool. I just think it's fun that we now have confirmed that we can have non-unique allies. Really interested to see how they explore this in the design space and take advantage of this for a good player experience. We also got a reveal of Never Back Down. That's a 1-cost event defense, which is going to allow us to get +2 defense for an attack that we are defending. And if we take no damage from the attack, we stun the enemy, So we've just had several cards released that if we don't take any damage, we get a bonus, like draw a card. Now we're going to be able to get the bonus of stun an enemy. This is going to really help protection builds continue to maintain their status on the board, to get you a turn off from that stun, maybe allow you to drop down and heal. Really good and exciting stuff that can happen with this card, and really interested to play it, especially with Pietro's ability that's going to incentivize us to do some defending. Note the +2 defense is for this attack only, so it does go away. It's not persistent to the end of the phase, but that's still pretty good, and I am excited to play with it. Of course, this deck is a protection deck, so we're only going to have the protection cards in our pre-built, but there are a couple of player cards that are going to be included with the hero pack as always, and the leadership hero card that's coming out with this pack is very interesting. It is a 0-cost event, United We Stand, and it says play only if your identity has an Avenger trait. And then hero action, heal 1 damage from up to X friendly characters to a maximum of 3 characters, where X is equal to the villain's stage number. So, if you're playing in basic or difficulty, you're going to have a stage 1 and a stage 2 villain. This is either going to heal 1 or 2 damage, depending on what you have on the table. If you start in heroic mode, or expert mode rather, you get to have, you'll start on stage 2, so this is going to be 0 cost for 2 heal off of 2 different characters. Well, it's 1 heal off of each of 2 different characters. And then it'll go up to 3 when you defeat the first stage of the villain. This is pretty cool. I mean, 0 cost healing is awesome. The synergy here to be able to keep your allies on the table is a really great use, I think, of the leadership space. And then also being able to take that 1 damage possibly off of your hero. It can also come off of other people's heroes too. Don't get this stuck in your mind to focus on your allies. If you need emergency healing on one of your co-players, you could use this for that. It was noted that this is effectively useless in Wrecking Crew because the villains in Wrecking Crew don't have stage numbers, so keep that in mind before you run this off into your Wrecking Crew games. But very exciting, super cool card, and awesome artwork too to boot. So great work with that. But that's going to close us out for this news video here. We do have more things coming down the pipeline. If you have made it this far, do us a favor, like, subscribe, share, turn on your notifications, and until next time, folks, let's go game.